everyone, thanks for tuning into today's video. We're going to have a quick look at the weather coming up next week once again. It looks like it's going to be turning a lot colder again next week as winds go into the east, and there could actually be some snow being drawn in on those easterly winds next week. So we're going to start off with the GFS temperature ensembles. These are for the upper atmosphere. We're actually quite mild at the moment, and we're going to be going even milder over the weekend. There's the temperature lines going above the red line. Red line is the seasonal norm. That's where we should be at this time of the year. The temperature, members of the ensemble show that the temperature is going above that red line, so we are going, as say, above average for the next few days. It's going to be really quite spring-like in the sunshine. But once we get through to around the 19th, we're going to find the temperature starting to drop, and as we get through to around the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, we're actually going quite cold once again, and that's as those easterly winds are driven in. And notice we've got these precipitation spikes here beginning to appear on the bottom of the chart. That just indicates that there could be some snow showers being driven in on that easterly wind. So when the temperatures go cold and we get precipitation spikes, that is an indication for snow. Now, if we have a look at the temperature anomalies for the next 10 days, the 15th to the 22nd of February, we can see we're going colder than average, going to be colder than average over the next 10 days with these blue colours here across the British Isles, and much of Central Europe is included in that cold weather as well. You really have to go right up to the far north of Norway and down into the southeast of Europe to find the milder temperatures there. So have a look at the generic charts from the GFS model. This is the for Wednesday the 20th of February. First of all, we see we've got this area of high pressure up here over Scandinavia, still bringing in this easterly wind across the country. So that's really where the cold weather starts, and that cold weather develops more and more through the course of the week. We keep an eye on this area of low pressure here around Central Europe. That actually disappears on the next chart, but it's getting caught up in the 500 millibar flow here. Have these kinks in the isobars as we move through in towards the 22nd and then the 23rd. We're actually bringing that upper area of low pressure across the country. It doesn't show it as an area of low pressure, but it's an area of disturbance moving across the country. That could well be bringing us the risk of snow in from the east, because this easterly wind is a very cold wind indeed. The upper air temperatures show that we're in the -5 isotherm. You're within the -5 isotherm, it is going to be cold. As we move beyond this, we keep that cold weather going through the rest of the week, gradually pulling in that easterly wind. I say in that 500 millibar flow will be giving us the risk of snow showers coming in across the country. Now, the ECMWF yesterday was the coldest of models. Not quite so the case today. There's that area of low pressure that we had on the GFS chart across Central Europe around the middle of the week. Does that get caught up in the flow? Not quite. It actually gets pushed down in towards the Low Countries and France more. And the reason is that high pressure isn't quite as aligned as it is on the GFS. On the ECMWF got high pressure up here over Scandinavia still, but it's in a slightly different position. And the low pressure in the Atlantic is in a slightly different position as well. So it means we're bringing in more of a southeasterly flow across the country rather than a direct easterly. It will still be cold. There probably will be wintry showers in the mix, but it's not as cold really as the GFS says. The upper air temperatures and -5 isotherm by next weekend is really restricted to Scotland and the far north of Northern Ireland. Finally, having a look at the GM, the Canadian model, again, we've got high pressure up there over Scandinavia through the middle of the week. So that's when it starts to turn cold, the middle of next week, around the 19th, 20th. And then we bring in this easterly flow across the country through the 21st and into the 22nd as well. The disturbance here in the 500 millibar flow is more towards northern France, but actually southern and southeastern parts of the country could just clip in to that disturbance as we move through in towards the end of the week. And there's the chart for Saturday the 23rd. Again, the low pressure is down to the south. We're bringing in this easterly wind. It will be very cold, and that's probably producing snow in the south of the country. So it does look as though we're in for quite a cold spell coming up again from around the middle of the week. We are going to be milder through the weekend into the start of the week, then turning much colder again around Tuesday, Wednesday, and if we bring in that disturbance in the upper atmosphere, we could well bring in some quite significant snow to eastern and southeastern parts of the country as we go through into the latter stages of next week, really Thursday, Friday into the weekend. So we do have to keep a close eye on next week's weather, because there could be quite a bit of snow around in places. That's it for now. All being well, I'll be doing the weekend forecast tomorrow, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.